أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Surah Fussilat 41 Introduction. This surah is at series number 41 in the compilation of Holy Quran and has 54 verses. The verses of the chapter concerns resurrection, history of ancient peoples, the glory of the Holy Quran, and manifestations of divine omnipotence in the world of existence. How the surah got its name. The name of this surah is composed of two words, Ha Mim and As-Sajdah, which implies that it is a surah which begins with Ha Mim and in which a verse requiring the performance of sajda prostration has occurred. It is also the first among the four chapters with obligatory prostrations. Its other name is Fussilat in Arabic, which means explained in detail. Period of revelation of the surah. According to authentic traditions, it was sent down after the affirmation of the faith by Hazrat Hamza radiallahu anhu and before the affirmation of the faith by Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu. Muhammad bin Ishaq, the earliest biographer of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has related on the authority of Muhammad bin Ka'b al-Qurzi, the famous follower of the companions, that one day some of the Quraysh chiefs were sitting in their assembly in Masjidul Haram, while in another corner of the mosque there was the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam sitting by himself. This was the time when Hazrat Hamza radiallahu anhu had already embraced Islam and the people of the Quraysh were feeling upset at the growing numbers of the Muslims. On this occasion, Utbah bin Rabi'a, the father-in-law of Abu Sufyan, said to the Quraysh chiefs, "Gentlemen, if you like, I would go and speak to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and put before him some proposals. Maybe that he accepts one of them to which we may also agree, and so he stops opposing us." They all agreed to this, and Utbah went and sat by the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam turned to him, he said, "Nephew, you know the high status that you enjoy in the community by virtue of your ancestry and family relations, but you have put your people to great trouble. You have created divisions among them, and you consider them to be fools. You talk ill of their religion and gods and say things as though our forefathers were pagans. Now listen to me, and I shall make some suggestions. Consider them well. Maybe that you accept one of them." The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "Abu Walid, say what you want to say, and I shall listen to you." He said, "Nephew, if by what you are doing you want wealth, we will give you enough of it so that you will be the richest man among us. If you want to become an important man, we will make you our chief and will never decide a matter without your presence. If you want to be a king, we will accept you as our king, and if you are visited by a jinn whom you cannot get rid of by your own power, we will arrange the best physicians and have you treated at our own expenses." Utbah went on speaking in this strain, and the Holy Prophet ﷺ went on listening to him quietly. Then he said, "Have you said, O Abu Walid, what you have to say?" He replied that he had. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "Well, now listen to me. Then, pronouncing Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, he began to recite this very surah, and Utbah kept on listening to it, putting his hands behind his back and leaning on them as he listened. Coming to the verse of prostration, verse 38, the Holy Prophet ﷺ prostrated himself. Then, raising his hand, said, "This was my reply, O Abul Walid. Now you may act as you please." Then Utbah arose and walked back towards the chief. The people saw him from afar and said, "By God, Utb's face is changed. He does not look the same man that he was when he went from here." Then, when he came back and sat down, the people asked, "What have you heard?" He replied, "By God, I have heard something the like of which I had never heard before. By God, it is neither poetry, nor sorcery, nor magic. O chiefs of the Quraysh, listen to what I say, and leave this man to himself. I think that what he recites is going to have its effect. If the other Arabs overcome him, you will be saved from raising your hand against your brothers, and but others will deal with him. But if he overcame Arabia, his sovereignty would be your sovereignty, and his honor your honor. Hearing this, the chief spoke out, "You too, O father of Walid, have been bewitched by his tongue." Utbah replied, "I have given you my opinion, now you may act as you please." Ibn Hisham, Volume 1, page 313 to 314. Refer. This story has been narrated by several other traditionists, also on the authority of Hazrat Jabir bin Abdullah radiallahu anhu in different ways, with a little variation in wording. In some traditions, it has also been related that when during the recitation, the Holy Prophet ﷺ had come to verse 13 with, "If they turn away, say to them, I warn you of a thunderbolt, the like of which had visited the Ad and the Samud." Utbah had spontaneously placed his hand on the Holy Prophet ﷺ's mouth and said, "For God's sake, have mercy on your people." Afterward, he justified his action before the Quraysh chiefs, saying, "You know that whatever Muhammad ﷺ says is always fulfilled. Therefore, I feared lest a torment should descend on us." For details, see Tafsir Ibn Kathir, Volume 4, pages 90 to 91, Al-Badaya wa An-Nihaya, Volume 3, page 62. Here we stop the first part of explanation of the surah. Please keep watching Jameel TV for remaining part of the explanation of the surah. Thank you.